Yesterday, we have done it with vector. The same concept applied here. Suppose I just want row number 1 and row number 3. Okay. So I will say C function 1, 3. And suppose this is for row. Everything is right now for row. So comma, before comma, everything is for row. After comma, everything is for column. So if I want everything in the column, so I will just leave it as it is and say this. So it will extract first row and the third row. Same way we can do it for column, and we can also combine it. So we can say, suppose for column, I'm saying C 1, 3. So it is printing first column and third column. And suppose I'm combining both of them. So this and this. So I'm saying that show me first row and third row and their first column element and third column element. Sorry, there are 2 comma. So it is saying Bob, New York, Sam, Brisbane. Okay, so you can understand it. I'm not going deep into that. Okay. Similarly, if I don't want any column, so once again, the minus sign will work here. So suppose I'm saying I don't want to see the first column, and except this, I want everything. Yeah, before comma it was for row, and after comma it is for column. Everything. Yeah. So now I'm saying my data -1 comma everything, which means that except first row, show me everything in my table, right? This is the same command. I can also say that except first column, show me everything. So something like this. Okay. Fine. So guys, if you have done this, great. If you have not done this, I'm pasting those commands here. Okay. Now, this would be a trick question to all of you. The last 2 commands, minus, this thing. What is special about this command? Can we use this command anywhere else? Yes. To get rid of the headers? No, not exactly. Can we use it to delete any row or delete any column?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So last day somebody asked that I want to delete the first row, I want to delete the second row. So yes. So you just have to reassign to my data. I'm not going to do this, but yes, of course, I can reassign to some new data frame. Suppose I'm saying new df. So new df will have everything like my data except row number 1. And if instead of new df, I'm writing my data, it means it will override, which means deleting it. Okay, so I don't want to delete, so that's why I just wrote a new data frame here. Okay, so if you view new data frame, you will find that there is no first column, the first row, and everything else we have it. Okay, now let me see that if I have any CSV file here. I think that was by mistake. Please mute yourself if not. By the way, all those functions, okay, these functions, sum, mean, length, median, log, it can be applied here also, okay, but it can apply only for the specific column. By the way, there is one more way to fetch the columns, especially the columns, not rows, columns, and that is by the name of the column. Okay. How? If I say, first of all, if I say my data dot names, okay, my data is there, right? Okay, so names is a function. How to remove first row? Yeah, you just have to say this one, right? This command. It will delete the first row and assign the new data frame, which is deleted the first row, into a new DF. If you want the same DF, you can just reassign back to my data itself. Okay, Arnav? Fine. So there is a function called names, which can show you all the name of the columns. So if you say names my data, it will print, because maybe at some point of time you forget that what are the names of my columns. Okay. So just print names my data and it will show you all. Okay. Now, so the other way to fetch a column based on the names is by name of the data frame, then $sign. Okay. The moment you press the $sign, it will give you a suggestion which column you want: name, age, city, gender. So suppose I want gender and say shift enter, sorry, control enter, control enter. So it will print all the gender. I can easily fetch some other column by its name, which is age, right? Okay. Okay. So some of you, I think, have problem in this line. So I'm just repeating last time. So what I'm saying is, if you want to delete any column, so what? Okay, so let me first do this. So what this is saying, my data -1 comma blank, it is saying that print all the row except first row and all their corresponding columns. So if you run it, it will print everything, every row except first row and all the columns, right? So it is very similar to deleting a row. How? You just run this command and reassign it to the my data, my underscore data. So my underscore data is equal to my underscore data -1 comma 0. So this will have now a new output this and reassigned back to the original data frame. So it means that the first row is deleted. Anjali, fine. We can use $sign also. Yeah, it's a $sign. It's a $sign. Okay. So this is how you delete, and similarly you can delete a column. Okay. Now let me just quickly see that if I have any CSV file here. Just wait. I stopped sharing my screen, so don't worry. I'm just sharing it back again. Okay, I have something here. So let me share it again. Okay. Fine. So this is what we can do with the data frame. Okay. Now, every time we cannot. Okay. Sometimes you give a space. No, I told yesterday also that space does not matter between here, before equal to or after equal to. It's fine. You can give or you cannot give. Okay. So, but here you cannot put a space. If you put this space, okay, that works. Okay, but here I put the equal to just to make the code clean, nothing else. Okay, you can choose not to put space anywhere. Okay, that is for safety. Now, most of the times you cannot uh, input the data. You want to read the data from some CSV file. So when you want to read data from a CSV file, how you can read it? So suppose there is a function called read dot CSV bracket, and then inside it you have to give a full path of CSV file. So if you guys have any CSV file right now on your system, any file, doesn't matter whatever it is, you can just give the complete path. So I'm saying, oh, this is my path, so don't copy this. Just see first how it works, and then you can do it with your CSV file. Desktop, then this file and data sheet. If you press tab, so it will suggest all the option. Okay, so I'm pressing tab. If you are wondering how I'm seeing these options, so I'm pressing tab. So I'm reading this file. Okay, this data sheet dot CSV. You can read Excel file also. You can read text file also. Okay, so don't right now. Don't ask how to read that. So first let's do, and I always prefer CSV file because CSV is very easy to handle in program. Okay, so now I read it and I just store it in a new data frame, calling it real underscore data. Okay. Now it ran and did not show any error. It means that real data now read the file, this datasheet.csv, and they stored it in a real data frame. Okay. Now, how? See, I don't use any graphical thing. I always comfortable to write a code. So now, how you will see that whether it is done correctly or not. So I will view real data. So if you guys have any CSV file on your system, just read it the way I read and say real data. And can you see this? Okay. So this is my CSV file. Okay. All the columns and the rows, everything. So do you want me to give you this file if you don't have any? Yes, no, what? I can give you this file. Okay. Okay, so I'm just sharing it. Don't write anything on the chat. Please don't write now anything on the chat box. Please stop writing so that I can share it and it will be there visible for everyone. Okay, so send file DDT. Okay. So there it is. Yes, it is shared, being shared right now. So just wait for 1 second and it will be done. Don't write anything on the chat box. Please don't write anything on the chat box. Otherwise, the message will go up and people will not be able to find this data sheet. Just download it. Yeah, I think you just have to click it and then you can download, I believe. Okay, download it and keep it, let's say, on desktop and give the full path of desktop. and then slash and your datasheet.csv. Read.csv is the function. Come on, do this. And I want everyone to do this because this is very important, believe me. So I wrote the command, but instead of my path, you have to give your path. Okay, so if you have done it, sir, please repeat how to select CSV path. I had network break. No, what CSV path? Select CSV. I have not selected any CSV path. You just have to give the path where your CSV file is. So you download this, Anjali, this file, keep it on the desktop or wherever you want to keep. Okay, raise your hand if you got the file. Just raise, don't write anything. Yeah, anyone? Why only 3 people are saying or 4 people are saying that they got it? Why not everyone? This is right now on the chat box. Don't write in the chat box, please. Don't write in the chat box. My file that I shared will go up and people will not be able, but you guys keep on writing in the chat box. Am I audible? I hope I'm audible, guys. So please don't write in the chat box. That's another thing, but I'm saying that don't write anything in the chat box. So why other people are able to find and you are not able to find? Okay, so let me share again. Let me share again, and let me see that this time if you get it. And keep on raising your hand if you download the file.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, this is Nishant. Sir, I've already downloaded some CSV file, and I've kept it in downloads.
Yes.
So from there, I had copied the path. There was an option that copy path, and
yes.
Pasted it into the semicolon. I have control enter, but there is my system is showing error.
Yeah. So what is between the colon? Between the double quote. By the way, guys, I reshared it. Please see your chat. Don't write anything on the chat box and just keep on raising your hand if you got it. Yes, Nishant. What is there in
Recording in progress.
What is the name of the file? Datasheet.csv, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, but in your what you said, I did not find anywhere a datasheet.csv. Is it there? So, like you see my screen.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible. Yes, sir.
Yes. So at the end.
Yes, sir.
I have to say the name of the file, right?
Yeah, there is the file name is there. The file name is /_Catalonia. I have just downloaded it from I like kind of googled in examples of CSV file and I have downloaded something.
Okay.
I have downloaded and yeah, from there I have taken the copy path option of copy path and
okay, Nishant, I heard you, Nishant. I think the slash thing is a problem. The path is a problem.
Okay. I'll change it, sir.
Okay, so C colon, what is it? Is backslash?
Yes, sir. It's I think it's the opposite. What you are using this slash, but my system is doing the opposite slash. I think.
No, if you copy the path, it will be opposite. I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay, whatever it is, just change it to the other one and
But
see.
just changing the direction of the slash is working.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
who was there? Who said this? Sarat?
Yes, sir.
No, who said that the changing the slash is working? Okay.
Yes,
I said this.
working. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys, I cannot now, reshare it. Okay, I cannot reshare the file. I already shared it. If you do not have, I'm surprised that if you do not have any CSV file yet on your system, so then maybe you can, download any file from the internet. Okay, now those who have, why I said that please use this file, CSV file, because this CSV, because I'm going to use the CSV file, and whatever the thing I will do, you can do the same. Okay. Now, there is a function which is called dim, which is responsible for showing the dimension of your data frame. So if you say dim and inside the bracket, you give the data frame. So this is my data frame, real data, and it has 31,106 rows and 20 columns. Okay. So this is by dim. Okay. As I said, that you can have, sir, I'm still getting error. Okay, Anjali, what is the error? Tell me. Come on, paste your error, Anjali, please.
Okay, wait a second, sir.
And guys, whenever you have any error, better to paste it rather saying that I'm getting error, because that doesn't, make any sense to me. Because there are so many people, guys, in the class. So, if I go for everyone, it will get over by midnight. Yeah. So, Anjali, this is your problem. Read.csv, error in file, and desktop CSV. Is it? Desktop CSV is a file, Anjali. No, I think desktop CSV is not a file.
Sir, can you rerun this real data code?
Where? Here?
On your program, yes, sir.
No, on my system it is working, so no need to rerun. But if you see after desktop, why you put desktop.csv? This is wrong. Your path desktop slash, once again slash, and the name of the file datasheet.csv.
Sir, actually, how did you got your path?
What do you mean by that? See, tab.
I had network lag, so I missed that portion when you were explaining the how we have to find our path. And
so Anjali, you just have to write the complete path of your CSV. That's it. Don't worry what I said that time. You just have to write the complete path of your CSV. Just see my monitor, this thing which is highlighted. You just have to see this. This is for my system. For your system, it could be different. Okay. Complete path. So till this point, you have the path. And after this slash, you have the name of the file. Yes. You guys are making lots and lots of mistake to the CSV, reading CSV. I don't know. I mean, those mistakes are difficult to manage because these are very silly ones. So read.csv, use this. Okay, so somebody, Ankit has suggested, yes, Ankit, this is correct. So just see what Ankit suggested. And okay, guys, I will not go into that, please, because otherwise it will take too much of time. So Aragya Pratap, also has problem D slash. Why your path is starting with slash? It should be D colon, and then I mean, this is surprising that if you don't know how to write a path of your file, right? Okay, now so dim is a function that can give you the dimension. Now, if you want to know, see, if you have any problem right now reading it, so guys, please listen. If you have any problem in reading the file, just use the my data only. My data frame is already there, right? You can use that one if you don't have the real data frame. Okay, no worry. Later on, this is just a path thing, so I think you can just easily fix the path later on. So, but try to understand the concept. So you can apply the same concept with the my data, whatever I'm applying with real data. Okay, so if I say real data, names real data, so it will, this time you can see that all the columns name. This is all the columns name. Okay. Suppose I have something like football others. Football others, sorry. Yeah. So if I want to print only that column, I will say real data, once again, $sign and football. If you put dollar, it will suggest you everything, football others, and say control enter. So if you do not have this data frame, you can use my data and do the same thing with the my data. You select any column of the my data. Okay. So as you can see that all these are numbers. So can I get the summation of this? Yes. Okay. You can also get the sum of your real, that my data thing. So suppose my data $age. So if I do this, I will get the sum of the age of all the individuals. Okay, AG, what's your name, full name, AG? Can you just unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what's your full name? Ashish.
Avinash.
No, your name. My name is Avinash.
Ashish.
Yeah. So, Ashish, what do you want me to show?
Is there any command where we can find the path? So that is the only, otherwise everything was very good. We are missing that part. If you show us, that could have been very nice.
Okay. So you go to wherever your file is. Okay. So
Okay.
This is very elementary, by the way, but I'm telling you. So go to the file wherever your file is. Okay. And this is, let's suppose this is my file, and this will work on Windows also. Okay. Right click it.
Yes.
Go to properties. Okay.
In Mac, there is no properties, sir.
Oh, you are using Mac. So guys, okay. So for Mac, really sorry, I have never used it. So anybody else using the Mac? Okay. So for Mac, it is much more easier. I believe. Can you open a cell there?
Cell?
This one. Can you open this thing?
1 minute, sir.
How long you are using Mac? Okay, guys, those people who are using Windows, go to properties, or using Linux, go to properties. Here there is a parent folder.
Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So on Windows also, if you go to properties, I think you will find something as the name. I don't know what exactly it says. Let me check it. Yeah, location, right? So location will give you the path in Windows. Fine. Now can I move ahead?
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So this is this thing that you can do the operation on your one column, like summation operation. I think you can also do, suppose I want to know unique age in my data frame. Okay, so I'm not doing anything on the real data because some of you have problem for loading the data. So if I say unique, you can see that only 26 and 29. So if I go here, 26 and 29, and 29 is repeated, so only 29 comes one time. Okay, so unique function is also working. So you can apply all these functions in the real scenario. Okay, guys, that's it from data frame now. And okay, so fine. So now the next thing that we are going to learn is loop. Okay. Now get yourself fresh and now see the new concept, loop. Okay, this is very simple and I'm just going to spend only 2 minutes on this. And we are going to learn only one kind of loop. Okay. Okay. NA.rm function in case of need sum. I don't know, Suresh, Shrestha. NA.rm is to remove the NA value.
So if there is any value,
where?
Like in the data set.
In your data set or in my data set?
I am using one package, so there's some NA value and it's suggesting on the internet use NA.rm.
Yes, so it is there. So this is I'm going to cover in the last session. Okay. So how to pre-process your data. So for time being, you can take my data, which we have created, instead of taking any complex data. Either take my data or the data that I shared. Okay. Now for the loop, there is, so you got my point, Shrestha? Shrestha, you got my point, right? I don't know. Okay. So for loop is used for running a loop. Okay. So it has two things. First is iterator and second is the list in which you iterate. Okay. Now, okay. So all of you just come back to the loop thing. Okay, come here to the loop. Let's do the loop first. So suppose an iterator could be any variable, any name of your variable. Let's say X. Okay, and then in. Okay, so when you iterate with a iterator X, where you want to iterate, in what list. So you can use the vector also, by the way. Vector is also something where you can iterate. If you remember, I have this vector, X underscore vector. Okay. So just because I reran the code, so I must have these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I can say iterate under this. Okay. And then curly braces. Okay. Curly braces. The moment you put one curly brace, it will automatically put the second curly braces. I hope that all of you guys are doing what I'm doing right now, not searching on anything on the internet or not doing anything with the past what we have done. Yes. So only Nishant is doing what I'm doing. The rest of you are doing something else. Okay. So guys, see, good. Now I can see lots of yes. Put curly braces and thank you guys. Now is stop saying anything on chat and let's focus back. Do you know what is indent? Indent. this. I'm writing it here, indent. You know that what is indent? No? Okay. So indent is spacing your, yes. So I think Shobita knows that it is spacing your stuff. Okay. So program sometimes is very specific about the indent. Like Python is very specific about indent. The moment you make wrong indent, it will say some error, right? So see, try to write with me. If you have x underscore vector, great. If you do not have x underscore vector, create one. It's just a 1 second thing. X in x underscore vector, curly braces, and then put your cursor between these curly braces and enter. The moment you enter, can you see that your cursor, my cursor, is not at the beginning, but it left some space. And this is called indent. Yes. So if I write anything here, it will be executed. Okay. So see, print x. Now, what is x? X is the iterator, and it is going in a vector, x underscore vector, so which is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first time x takes the first value, second time it takes the second value, third time it takes the third value, fourth value, fifth value. Okay. And I'm saying that every time when you are taking a new value from this vector, just print it. So I just select everything and control enter. It will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. You remember that we also had y underscore vector, which is red, blue, green. And the same code can run for that vector also. Doesn't matter whether it's like a string or number. Y underscore vector, and you are iterating with x, so don't worry, you can use x, y, z, whatever. So x, so the first time the x has a value red, second time yellow, and third time. No, this is not transpose, nothing with the transpose. This is a loop. How many times you want to execute your command? Okay, any command. So you will understand. I will come to the real application of loop. Okay, but if you run this code, it will say this: red, yellow, green. Okay. Okay, so please run it. This is very simple, easy to run. I'm pasting here, but make sure the indent thing and don't mess with that. Yes. Now, just quickly look at if and else. Okay. So when we have a logical operator, like greater than, less than, and equal to, then the result of that logical operator is either true or false. We all know that. Yes. Now, suppose I say if, so the syntax is if bracket, inside the bracket you have to put the logical statement. Okay, so any logical statement. So suppose, so I cannot just put it right now here. Suppose a is equal to 1 and b equal to 2. Execute it so that a and b will be created with 1 and 2 value. And you say if, it's like English if a is greater than b. Okay, and bracket, and this print a. Okay, else print b. Okay. Okay, so can you see this? There is a red line under else, which means that there is a error here, and the error is you better to write else after finishing the if loop. Okay, and select everything. Okay, and control enter and tell me what it will print. So with what it will print?
It will print 2.
Print 2. So it will print 2, yes, because A is greater than B, that statement is false. So it will not print A, it will print B. Okay. So I hope that you guys can do this. Quickly do this. Just in front of you, my code is there. Write it and do it. Done. If you're done, write done. Good. Now, those who have done it, if you have this y underscore vector, which we have created yesterday, make sure that you have this one, or you created y underscore vector is equal to C bracket double quote red, comma, double quote yellow, double quote green. Okay, created. Now, read this vector one by one and print if the color you found is yellow. Do this task. Maybe, I know that you got my question. You need to read this vector, element of this vector one by one. And when you got yellow, print it. By the way, for logical operator, we have greater than sign. Similarly, we have less than sign. And we have, equal to sign. These are three logical operators. Okay? You understood my problem, right? Anjali, I think there might be some issue. Can you repeat it? The question you want me to repeat? So repeat. So the question is, you read y underscore vector one by one element and print if you find yellow, because y underscore vector has yellow. So print when you find yellow. Yes, guys. Okay, let's do this. Okay, because I cannot wait for long. Unfortunately, I want to give you time, but because there are lots of things to cover, so I don't want to put more time on this. So you have to say for let's say x. In those who have done it, great. Otherwise, just look at here. We y underscore vector bracket this, and inside this you need to show the if your x is double equal to yellow, then print x. Hopefully, so Shalini, is it working, the thing that you have done?
Yes, sir. Just I double equals to is miss by the mistake, but yeah, it will run.
You have to put double equal to, not.
Yeah, my code is running. Actually, when I type in the chat box, I forgot.
Okay, fine. So you can see that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And suppose somebody asks me that if I want to print some message along with my variable, how I will do that. So for that, there is a command called paste. In case if you did not understand what I'm saying, just look at it here. Paste. I found my color, comma, X. So this is paste. So first I'm printing a message and then I'm printing the variable and pasting both of them. So if I run this, so it will say, I found my color yellow. Okay, now all of you quickly have to do something. Let's see that how much we can do in that. But all of you have to go to console, this console, and install a package. And so you have to write install. The moment you write install, guys, are you with me or you are still doing the for loop? Install.packages. Install.packages. So you select this and you need to install a package called dplyr. Spelling is DPLYR. Just run this command on your console. This command I just pasted there. It will take some time. It will use your internet. No, we cannot use tidyverse. I mean, we can do what means many things, but we have to, limit ourselves. So you run it. Just write this and go to the end and say enter. I already have, so I don't need to do it. So it will install that package. For many of you, it will show, I don't know, it should not show any error. But Shruti, it is already written here. You just have to say this, install.packages bracket dplyr. Yeah. On console and then press enter. Hit enter and it will install your package. This is a very strong library which people generally use for data analysis.
Excuse me, sir. So for me, it's not showing anything. After I pressed enter, it's showing some message in the console. It states package lib path version priority depends imports linking to suggest enhances license restricts use OS type args MD5 sum needs compilation build.
I don't know.
License.
Okay, Anshu, just have a break. So, what version you are using? So, what? See my window here. What do you see on your system?
Same R 4.1.2.
Yeah, then absolutely correct. So it should install. Just do the thing once. Are you back to this arrow thing?
Yes.
This greater than sign?
Yes, sir.
Can you do this once again? See,
Sir, I've already done it twice. I'll do it again.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe it is installed. So so just to check whether it is installed or not, go to your code and say library. Okay. Say library, and inside that dplyr.
Okay,
and
control
control.
enter.
Yes.
Error in library dplyr. There is no package called dplyr.
Okay, so your is not installed, but so it is difficult to right now check your error. Sorry, Anshu, but I cannot, because otherwise it will take maybe another 10-20 minutes, and that is what we left today. So you may check your error on Google. That is the only option I can suggest right now to you. Or you
Okay.
just paste your error. At least I'll just have a look.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just have a look.
Yeah.
And all others, can you do this? You have this
Sir, I've pasted it.
package lib path version priority depends import linking to suggest enhance license. So are you using Windows?
Yes, Windows 11. It's original.
Seriously, I have no idea that what the problem. By the way, there is a package here. If you see here beside the plot, you have package. So you can go to the package also, and inside the package you have install.
Install.
And there also you can write dplyr.
Okay. Only this. Okay. First one.
And then install. And yes, Ankit is.
It's showing me some. Oh God. Okay, downloaded. I think.
Yeah, I think.
Lots of like trying
Yeah,
URL.
yeah, just let it go. Let it go. And if it asks anything in between.
Okay,
Yeah,
now it's showing so many messages successfully unpacked and MD5 sums checked.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. It's done, Anshu. Okay. So just write library dplyr and see that if it is already done or not. Okay. Now we also need to, guys, it's very difficult to handle such crowd, such number of people in online class. Okay. But that's the fun is.
Okay,
Yes, it
so
is.
now I got the same thing which you got in your console. The something written in bold.
Okay, Anshu. Yeah, Anshu. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now go back to either you can use this command. I always use command. I don't use graphical. Or you go to install, and Anshu, now you can just mute yourself. And this time I'm going to install a new package which is called HFLite. HFLITS. The moment you write HFL, it will show you, and this is a data package. This is not a library function like dplyr. This is just a data. I believe that I have, but if I don't have, I'll just do this. It will show you all these things, and finally it will be done. Yeah, downloaded the package and this. Okay.
What is the name of the package, sir?
Name is HFlite. So I'm writing in here. Oh, sorry, HFlights TS. So I mean, you guys can go to install and just write HF. You will see this option and click it and install it if you find any problem with the command. Yeah, so Shreya, if you got plus sign, it means that you have started something but not ended properly. Can you write, I don't know, just write this bracket. Keep writing the bracket, enter, and it will end at some point. Okay. How many of you have installed this HFlights? Okay, I will take only next maximum 10 minutes. Yesterday, stretch it to 8:30, or means the local time 8:30 means 1.5 hours. I cannot do the same today. But guys, you all of you are doing good. Okay, so all of you are doing great. If it is your first time with her, or if it is just initial time with her, all of you are doing super. Okay, now library, once again, once it is installed, every time if I install something, I need to include it, and installation happens only once. So now dplyr is installed for forever on your system, so you need not to reinstall it. But this library dplyr, you always have to do it. Okay, now library hflight, and say control enter. Okay, so it will, so this is a data set, because if I share some data sheet, again there will be a problem. Somebody will install, somebody will not install, download, what variety of problem. So this is just a data set which is given on R. What is this data set? If you write hflights, now it is included. Just write hflights, and let's suppose if I say hflight dot head, this head means the top few columns, top few rows. Okay, so because this is a huge data set, so I will just view top few rows. Okay, so what I'm saying, head of my data set, and then adding view on top of it. And if I'm saying enter, see, this is the data. So I'll just paste this command for all of you on the chat box. If you run this command, you will have this output on a new tab, and just a top few lines, not the complete data set. So year, month, days of week, then, so this is a flight data. So departure time, day of week, how many days it goes, day of month, whatever these data are. Unique carrier, arrival time, flight number, tail number, actual elapsed time, air delay, whatever, right? Okay, Nishant, your voice is cracking. Okay, so
Hello.
yeah, please do, Nishant, your voice is cracking. You can write it in the chat box. Don't say anything. Mute yourself and write it in the chat box. So how many of you can see this view output? Okay. So you can see the flight data. Okay. Okay, great. Now, I think whenever the question is yes or no, just raise your hand, because so that the unnecessary chat box will not be populated. So okay, and I can also count that raising hand automatically. Okay, so now I'm going to use the dplyr. Okay, I do not have much time left today. Don't worry, we will do it tomorrow. So tomorrow we will finish dplyr and do some plotting stuff. Okay, so dplyr has three things. First is select, second is filter, third is mutate, fourth is, these are, by the way, called verbs. You know what is verb, right? these are the verbs of dplyr. What you can do with dplyr? You can select, you can filter, you can mutate, you can arrange. So I will tell you one by one how you do it. So, and the final is summarize. And I'm sure that you would like this thing, dplyr, and you will use it a lot in your day-to-day problem whenever you are using R. Okay, so so how it goes. So first take the filter. Okay, and though I wrote select, but let's take the filter first. So how it works? It works. You first have to give the name of the data. Okay, by the way, guys, here my data is HF flight, but even if you have any data frame, it will work. It can work on my data, it can work on real data, whatever the data frame you have. Though the best data structure for this is tuple, which is another kind, but it's very similar to data frame. So don't worry, you can use the data frame. Okay, so you have to first name your data frame. Okay, then it has a special sign. Don't ask me why. This is not done by me. This is done by guys who have built this dplyr. So the sign is % greater than %. It means what? It means you have taken this data set and supplying it to something. Supplying to what? Okay, so this is supplying sign, or a better word is redirection. Directed to. Okay, directed to. And the moment you put this sign and say enter, it will automatically come on indent. If it is so, it means that yes, your dplyr is working. Okay, then your dplyr function, which is filter. Okay, so on what basis you want to filter? So out of all the data in H flights, on what basis you want to filter? Suppose I say, give me the flight which departure time is 2 o'clock. Okay, departure time is 2 o'clock. Yes, something like that, Joyce. So I will say departure. So don't mess with the name of the variable. So departure time has this name, DEP time. Okay, if you don't know the name, so you can say names H flights. So you can see all the names, and I better copy from here. So departure is where it is. This. Just double click it, copy it, and saying filter departure time is equal to 1400, something like this. Yeah. Okay. And that's it. Now you must be seeing something on the output, but that is not very readable form. So what I generally do is I just store it in a data frame, a temporary data frame, temp. Okay, and just select everything and control enter. Now temp is created. I can view temp. Temp may have many, depending upon the condition. So see, these are those flights which has a departure time 2 o'clock. So everything which has a departure 2 o'clock has arrived here or extracted here. Okay, so this is wonderful. I mean, if you have a huge data set based on one column, you want to extract the data, you can do it very easily. Suppose somebody asked me, okay, Avinash, give me those flight data which runs more than 3 times in a week. Okay, so days of week. If I interpret it correctly, that how many days it runs. So I would say, okay, this, but this time I would take this. Okay, guys, so this is the last command for today. Days of week. See, I also love coding, so it's very difficult for me to stop at some point. Okay, and say this. And if now I view temp, I can see that. I can also use 2 filter at a time. Okay, so if you have the first filter, just add another filter with the same sign, %, this, %, and second filter. Suppose this is my second filter. It could be anything. So what I'm saying, give me the data for a flight which runs more than 6 times in a week and its departure time is 2 o'clock. Can I get that data? Let's see temp. Yes, there are. No, there are data which flies more than 6 times and departure. So can you easily get the power of deep lab? Now, if you have such kind of information and somebody, and you can apply on anything, you can say, okay, give me the data for the flight which flies at 2 o'clock. Yes, so this is a kind of if else, but this is much more powerful than if else. You forget the if else if you know this. Okay, suppose somebody says, tell me the flight which flies at 2 o'clock, reach at 4 o'clock, and runs on every 2 days in a week or something. You can apply that. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed today. Because I enjoyed, so I don't know whether you enjoyed or not. So now it's time to pack up for today's session. We'll meet tomorrow. Fine. Share that. I will share this file once again with Decode Live, and then Decode Live can pass it on to you.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So I just hold on. I'm just doing it. This will also have the same name, so don't get confused. It will have the same name, Feb_18 code, but this will be the updated one. Okay, just once again. So I shared with Decode, and Decode will share it with you. Thanks, guys. Just 1 second. Okay, now closing it. Okay, thank you everyone, and hope you learned a few things today.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for such